Yeah, it's an interesting question if I look back on 2019. Certainly the first thing that comes to mind is rollercoaster. Certainly through injury, through tragedy and through some pregnancy, we've had our ups and downs, and that certainly started very early. Like pre-season was rolling along really well. I felt we'd spent a couple of months really building something around that, and then obviously Maddie went down with an injury that ended a season, and that really probably rocked us a little bit in terms of that she was such an important, integral part of our mid-court and our team overall, as she was one of our captains. Yeah, it was not a great start to the year for that. And then the back end of that, we unfortunately get her sister does the same, and again, massively important part of our jigsaw. And so to lose her was just another devastating blow for us. But in between that, at times we had some really good games, and some, to be brutally honest, some really awful games. And then probably the last month, I kept saying to the girls, I don't think we actually had any right to actually make the finals in the end, but it probably really showed the heart and the passion and the desire of not only the playing group but the staff as well. Obviously during that time there was a period of time I missed 4 games, 3 weeks, for my own reasons. My mum and I were pretty close. I've looked after my mum for 20 years now, and all year we were in and out of hospital. We had eight hospitalisations this year, and unfortunately they caught up with her in the end, and unfortunately she passed away the day before the Swifts game, which is probably pretty apt in some ways, but it's probably really rocked me, and I certainly knew during that time I was no use to anyone, including myself. Some days it was just for me trying to exist and get to the next day. So it's been a tough period of time, and I'm still probably battling a little bit with that one, but the one thing that really helped was this amazing club, being able to come back and actually get myself into some task and getting on to what needs to happen for the future has probably given me a little bit of a purpose through that time. So I can't thank them enough, but in particular I probably really want to thank 2 people in particular, my 2 assistant coaches, Kate and Richo. They stood up when it really mattered over that period of time when we shouldn't have been even in the hunt, and they willed us through their coaching with the rest of the staff and the players to actually get the job done. So I can't thank them enough. They were brilliant across that period of time. They sat in the hottest of the hot seats, and they did a magnificent job. So I want to publicly thank them. I've already done that quite a few times, but I probably can't do it enough. They were sensational, and so were the team. Yeah, so when I was away, it was probably a really interesting time. Like the first game was in Perth, and I was actually watching the game with my mum in hospital, and she was absolutely, she actually passed away the following week, but she was wrapped like she had the biggest smile on her face when we won that game. Sorry, Yeah, but during that time, I was so proud of the team and what they were going to put out on court. I know I'm a bit emotional here, but I was so proud for what this club and the team were doing out on court in probably a really tough time for myself. But yeah, it was really inspirational watching them, and that was probably the highlight of my year. And I wasn't part of it directly, but hopefully I was a part of it indirectly. But yeah, that was a moment I'll never forget. And something that I probably really took out of that month was I thought it really did give us a snapshot into what's possible, and some of the stuff that we're really trying to build on and off the court, because it's not just about playing good netball. We want good players, and we want to make sure the culture and brand of this club and this team is exactly what we wanted. And I thought we saw some real glimpses of that's what's possible. So it's for us, the challenge is about how do we take that, harness it and build upon it, and make it consistent. A number of things I was probably happy with around this group is we did change 5 players, and when you put a new group together, often it takes time to actually gel and get good. But overall, I thought, we made some really good ground. A couple of individuals, I thought, Shim, second year in this competition, she's going to be very, very, very good. She's already good. But I thought we saw some real growth from even last year to this year. Like, she continues to get better. Gabby Sinclair came in and showed exactly why we picked her. Like, someone who was cool and calm under pressure, good on the shot, and she's just going to get better and better. Every time she goes out there, I just feel like her confidence will grow because, you then start believing that you belong. And once you feel like you belong, then I reckon you take off. The same goes for Matilda. Unfortunately, her pre-season and start of the year was really interrupted. She missed the first 5 rounds and a lot of pre-season, and it really hurt her season overall. I think she's going to be an absolute star. Hopefully we can get a full season into her. She's probably capable of anything. She's clever, reads the game well. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what she produces in 2020. And probably the one that probably lots of interest to lots of people is Bunga. Like, we've had some good conversations. Bunga in our team has to be a really good shooting option. Our goal attack has to be a really good shooting option. And when she really, in that last month, she probably showed exactly what she's capable of, and put up some really impressive numbers, both in terms of goals, percentage, and also the ball that wasn't throwing away the ball. Really impressive. So I thought she was a real important piece in that last month. And her combination with Shim, I reckon, will continue to grow, and Gabby's combination with Shim will continue to grow. So I probably should also massive shout out to Braz, because I thought, she moved into centre and took to it like, I know it's duck to water, something like that. But I thought it really showed her game had grown. Certainly earlier in the year, I was always a little bit worried about her feeds. So we certainly did lots of work before we put her out there. But I think her performances at wing D and at centre have really kept knocking on the door to say, pick me for diamonds. And I'm really excited to actually see her back in there. So I'm really looking forward to the Constellation Cup to see her in action. So a massive reward for lots of hard work and perseverance, and I think that resilience to keep going and keep wanting your dream is something for everyone to take from that. Kimi Poi was a really good addition to the team. I'd seen her at World Youth Cup going back to 2017, and everything that I knew about her and how I'd seen her play, certainly thought she was a really good fit around what we're after, and a super quality person. She is just a gem. I would have loved to have been able to keep her, but clearly we had to give her back to New Zealand. But yeah, I was sad to see her go, and I reckon everyone was sad to see her go, because when Kelsey went down and we absolutely needed someone who could play 60 minutes every game under heat in real pressure situations, Kimi Poi stood up. And so that was the reason why we selected her. She was a great pickup. Yeah, so super exciting news. Like, we've obviously got three pregnancies this year, so there's something about our team. But so how exciting for all of them. So 2 of those will obviously be stepping away this year. So Kim Rav and Ape both taking a year off to do something exceptionally special, and so I can't wait. I reckon they'll both be brilliant parents. And I always think when a door shuts for them from a netball court point of view for a year, opportunities open up. So Molly and Mel both join us. Obviously, Molly's obviously is a temporary replacement, but yeah, they're both in, and I really like what we've seen from both of them. Not only just this year, but previously, so hence why we've taken the punt on both of them. So in addition to Molly and Mel joining our team, Jodie Ann Ward, goal defender, wing defender from Jamaica, joins our team. Really excited to see what she can bring. Can't wait to have her on board. Yeah, now this year is a little bit different for us. So we've actually got 2 pre-seasons. We're fortunate enough to go to New Zealand to play in the Super Club, so that's in early December. So we'll come back in the start of November to start our first pre-season, just to prepare for that. But then we'll actually give the crew a break. We'll basically have all of January off, because at the end of the day we actually don't play now to round 1's the start of May. So it's a very long pre-season. Probably a real advantage is having a big off-season this year again, is that certainly a couple of our players, the 2 Browns who will be returning from knee injuries at different stages, Maddie, for me, looks in the best nick I've seen from her in an incredibly long time. She's already good, but I reckon she has worked relentlessly. We're now seeing her out running on the track. It's pretty cool, and she's such an important part, not only to our on-court stuff, but our off-court stuff. Hopefully she's going to be good to go sooner than later. Obviously, Kelsey's also hoping to be back sooner than later. She's a fierce competitor, doesn't know the meaning of can't be done. She's looking good. She's a couple of weeks post-surgery now. Got a big tick of approval off the surgeon just last week. And she's rolling through with all her work now. So yeah, it's exciting. I think both of them are tracking along really well, and I'm looking forward to the day when we actually see them both on court at the same time. We saw a glimpse of it in pre-season, and we saw how powerful that can be. I'm waiting, I'm loving when I see it in an SSN game. What's in store for the Magpies in 2020 is to be better than 2019. I've just recently finished all the player reviews, which is just me and the player around our on-court stuff, which is a really good process around, these are the things we're happy with, these are the things I reckon we just got to continue working upon. So that's exciting, because I think it just gives us a platform for next year. So to me it's about being more consistent and absolutely producing game in, game out. What I'm probably most excited about is to see how I can be better. I'm always looking at, the things, I thought, yeah, I did those well. I have a whole list of things I didn't do very well. So to me, it's about improving upon the things that I'm not flash at, and keep building on the things that I do well already. So that's the beauty of being a coach. Like, you're always looking to get better. It's what players do, and that's what I'm striving for. I want to see what's possible from me in 2020.